Like Shalini was talking about meshing up the organization culture, when when you're coaching different people within the organization, yes, the organization culture also is affected, in the sense is affected positively when a coach is coaching 3, 4, 5 different executives. But my observation is when 4, 5 people, executives are being coached, yes, or senior people are being coached, there's a lot of information sharing which happens. And instead of becoming an information, coaching, it tends to become an information seeking activity. What is your assessment on that?
Sure, I understand the question.
See, yeah, okay. The question that you asked is, it actually happens most of the times with consultants. When you are working with several people, so what you're saying is typically if I am doing coaching with 4 people, and somebody tells me something, the other director would be far more interested in what that first person has told me than that particular subject. And it becomes... Now the first and the most important thing in coaching is, it is supposed to be confidential. Now, if a coach is not doing that, the coach is violating a very basic tenet of coaching. So, and a coach has to guard against some of these temptations. Because normally what it means is, because if I'm nice to him, that person will probably give me business. But you're saying if I'm true to my profession, I'll not do that. And what I've seen is, if you tell the person first time, they don't ask you for that kind of information again. But if you do it once, it's like a quagmire. You get sucked into it and then there is no coming out.
Can I add to that, please? I think what he has said is 100% correct. I'm adding 20% to that. The coach, I don't even discuss the names of the other people that I might be working with in that organization. I refuse to even acknowledge that I am working with other people. However, it does tend to happen once in a while, and I have suffered because of that. I was working on this thing where I was supposed to coach 8 middle to senior level executives in an organization. Now, before me, there was somebody who had come in for coaching, who apparently had worked with 2 or 3 people and gone around freely sharing information from one to the other. As a result, this company took a policy decision that they will not have one coach coaching 8 people. So consequently, I had to be satisfied with just one of them. So it can go wrong because of other people, but as a coach, the first fundamental ethics of coaching is you don't divulge confidentiality. You do that, you are finished, because the guy will not even talk to you. I mean, that's almost like ABC as far as coaching is concerned.
We'll take 2 more questions and then we have to move on to our coaching demo. So, all right. Here.
Yeah, for coaching, it appears that the client has to frame certain issues for which he requires coaching. Now, is it really like that, a problem-solving kind of thing, or can one do coaching in general?
Okay, I hope I've understood the question appropriately. I will say it aloud. If it's not okay, then please. So you're saying, is it important for the organization to specify what the person should be coached about, or is it in general? Is that the question?
No, not exactly. What I'm saying is that, I mean, in the process of coaching, the process of coaching seems to be identifying certain issues which the client has and then working on those issues. Then those issues may become some other issues and so on and so forth, as you were saying earlier, that it can go into life coaching and all those things. But it is always working on some issues. That is the impression I got. Is it like that, or can one do coaching in general?
Well, the process that I follow, I can only talk about that. Others could share. The process is goal-oriented. These are not issues necessarily. Issues means problems. Goals means where I want to reach. So somebody says, I am earning 25 lakhs a month, I want to take it to 50 lakhs. Even that is a coaching goal. It doesn't have to be something negative. So that's number one.
Is it always goal-oriented?
Yes, my coaching process is always goal-oriented. And through the process of achieving goals, which normally at least I pick up a couple of organizational goals or work goals and at least one personal goal, because like Shalini was saying earlier, things are fairly interrelated in life. It's always goal-oriented, and as you are walking towards those goals, you discover things about yourself, which you then apply in other areas of your life. I believe most coaching processes are similar. There might be some differences of terminology or methodology, but the base, I believe, remains the same. I hope I was able to answer that for you.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a variety of, depending on the coach training school you go to. This afternoon when I present the science, we'll be able to see that, yes, we want to work with goals, we want to work with a client's strengths, but we also have to look at their challenges. You know, from a leadership competency perspective, we have to look at their challenges because receptor cells on thinking cells are constricted in the brain body, and therefore, before a client can achieve any goals, they have to, what we call pop receptors. Our coach training program, you learn how to do both. Actually, three things. You learn how to help them. They actually come to you and bring you their issues, their challenges. They will also bring you their goal, and they'll also bring you their strengths, so you can use the strengths to help them achieve the goals and overcome their challenges. So, very easy.
I'll just share a funny incident which happened. One of our clients, they had got coaches for 3 of the top executives, and there were 3 that, because they realized that there was no reason they felt they should have coaches. And one of the persons said, I need a coach because if I don't have a coach, that means the company does not consider me good enough to have a coach. You know, so sometimes, you know, that can be a reason because it's fashionable, like the way you have your personal trainer, I also have my personal coach. But like the way Shyam said, if you're lucky enough not to have any goals or issues, then I think then you should be Guru, you achieved nirvana.
Yeah. It's not a question.
It's a good point.
May I add to that? May I just add to that?
Yeah.
One of the attributes of being a good coach is that you're supposed to be coachable yourself. I have my own coach who keeps me focused on my goals. Now, in hindsight, when I look over the years, and I've had different coaches, yes, I worked towards goals which were earmarked before we began, so it would have been working on my business with a coach. It's when you're working to those goals, it's not the reaching of the goals which was important when I look back in my coaching journeys, but what I became while I reached those goals. That is where the magic lies.
The journey is more important than the destination.
That's right, you said
That
it
sort of
well.
thing.
So, during working towards your goals which are earmarked, you might be hitting certain fears, you might be hitting a lot of obstacles which are in your head, which are not real. And once you've been able to walk through them with the help of your coach, you've walked through them for life. So that is what essentially is coaching in my eyes. That's my opinion of coaching.
Yeah. My question was not from the client's point of view, but from the coach's point of view, actually. Okay, whether a coach can be a coach in general.
Oh, absolutely. You can be a general coach. Oh,
You
yeah.
can be a-
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. And just take a coach training program that gives you both business and life coaching, and then you're a general coach. You know, one of the biggest joys I get in my life? I spend most of, other than doing coach training, I spend most of my life coaching executives. But I get the biggest charge out of coaching children. They are such a joy. And if any of you would like to join this industry and coach children, you know, the teenagers, right, where they're, you know, they're starting to become adults and so on, or coach whole families. I love to coach street people and drug addicts. You know, they can't pay me. They shoot all their money up their arms, yeah?
Betka, my son, I'm a mother of 2, and my older is a teenager now. And the biggest gain of coaching that I have received is in my parenting. Being able to relate to them, not tell them, especially with my son. He's reached that age when I don't need to tell him stuff. It is tough. Sometimes it's like, right there, you know, I need to shake him out that, you know, wake up, you should be doing this and that. But to help him get to his answers, help him discover his own potential is what I have learned, and I guess this is the biggest gain for me, being a coach.
I taught our daughter at the age of 5 years of age to go into her subconscious mind to find out what was bothering her and how to get rid of it in seconds. That's good self-coaching, yeah? We should all know how to do that.
Yeah, I have
we're
a
moving to the
question.
demo session now. Yeah. One last question from
Yeah.
here, and then we're done.
Till now we have all discussed about the individual coaching, and we know that researchers say that it has 5 times ROI, right? But my question means I want to gain clarity about the team coaching. How effective it is? Do we have any research for that? Or how different it is from the action learning project? Is it a group problem solving method, or what's the exact role of a coach in the team coaching?
Someone want to answer the team coaching question? Benefits of team coaching? No experience? Yeah.
I worked with a team of 4, and that was a very short assignment where we just looked at identifying their strengths. I used the Strength Finder by Gallup, and that helped us bring on the table what were the strengths a person within that team was holding, and that gave clues to their leader to, shift the roles around. That's as far as I've gone with team coaching.
So I think I experience and do a lot of team coaching, and it's not mutually exclusive. Action learning projects are not mutually exclusive, but it's more catered to looking at the strengths of individuals who comprise the team. What is the goal that they need to, or are they put together for a special assignment or a project? Okay, and there then you sort of also look at action learning projects in order to ensure that strengths get strengthened and development areas, further get improved. So there have been examples, I think, sort of almost experienced that for 5-6 years now. I think it's very effective, but it's not that everybody in the team will be as receptive and will come up the curve in terms of moving the needle every time. I think everybody works at a different pace, and sometimes it probably might take longer to achieve the team goal. So I think patience is key as far as working with teams and coaching them is concerned.
Okay. Suppose we have first line managers and they are from the different functions. So what should be the ideal size of the team, and is it necessary to, if we do a team coaching, the people should be from the same function or same department?
No, I don't think there is a specific formula to say homogeneous or heterogeneous teams, all okay. In fact, to begin with, heterogeneous works better because people don't have insecurities, and they are not concerned about what if this is known to people and so on and so forth. So it works better in heterogeneous teams. But I would say an ideal size should not be more than 8. Because it gets unmanageable. Again, depending on the experience, I think 8 should be the outer limit, so that people get enough value. And obviously, it's a longer process than sometimes individual coaching could be, depending on the goals.
So though they are...
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to cut this off because we're running short of time here, and Shyam has to leave. I forgot he had to leave, so I apologize. But just to finish off on that, when you're thinking about team coaching, you want to make sure the individuals are coached independently first, one-on-one, because otherwise they're going to bring all their anger and judgment to the group. So you do one-on-one coaching first, and then you do what we call group coaching. So, and the final thing in terms of ethics, all the governing bodies will tell you, you never force anybody to do coaching. So if you're thinking about bringing coaching in to fix your employees, don't do it. You have to approach them, and you have to approach it in the right way, and talk to us at lunchtime or afterwards about what that right way is. You want to be able to sell them on the concept of that it's a great personal development vehicle. Yeah? But we never force anybody to do coaching. Would you agree? All right. So thank you to all the panelists. We have a little gift